Hello, I am Keith2APC, and I am bringing you a proto commentary of a match between LGD and SX, played as part of the VSEL. LGD is certainly a team you're probably familiar with. SX may be not a team you're so familiar with. We'll see how they handle against LG. And I put the speed at 2 times speed just to blitz through this pick ban process because I think that the bans are going to be pretty standard. We see the Pugna ban, Invoker ban, Ancient Apparition. Probably we're going to see Invoker band, maybe an Nerubian band, and other very standard sort of heroes. Lich is one I was forgetting. So those are probably among the 4 most common. Nerubian probably another one. I uh, I like it when teams sort of address bans specifically at heroes they don't want the enemy to play, a bit more of the target ban. Like we see the Morphling is a bit more of a targeted ban. I'm not sure about the Doom, why they've banned the Doom. But anyways, we see Ilaria. I think that's a mistake. They probably should have taken the Weaver, as LG is happy to pick up the Weaver. They also take up the Visage, who can be a very strong tri-lane farmer, the farming hero on the tri-lane. SX responds with a Syllabear, who I think is a bit of a weak choice compared to the Bat Rider that LGD picked up. I think so far they're definitely being outpicked. I love Visage, Weaver, Bat Rider. I feel that's a very strong initial 3-pick lineup, considering that a lot of the other top tier heroes are banned. They sort of got the leftover goodies, I think. We'll see how SX transitions from here into. They can have Ilaria soloing their long lane, I guess. Their solo mid, they really need to pick out a strong solo mid. I guess they're going to be having this Earthshaker and the Syllabear in the woods combined with someone to farm the tri lane. So the Razor is either farming the tri-lane or solo mid. I don't really like him too much in either role. Like I feel against this Bat Rider right now, he will just be the victim of initiation. And they have the Keeper of the Light to probably send in the tri-lane, I guess he's most effective in, just in case they wind up against the other tri-lane, so much AoE power. And I like the Vengeful Spirit for the Scourge. Actually, I don't like her too much. She doesn't synergize with Nerubian, I don't think, as well as certain other carries, but she is still a very powerful hero. We'll see who they snag for their final hero. They have Weaver in the long lane, probably. Do they have the Bat? Okay, Weaver or Bat Rider could be in the long lane. I'm not sure which. Visage is no doubt in the tri-lane, so they need, I guess, a support hero for their tri-lane. We'll see who they choose. I think that no matter who they choose, they are looking very strong. They pick Ogre Magi, so they're opting for a very strong tri-lane in the Ogre Magi and the Visage. If their tri-lane ends up against a solo Windrunner, I guess is going to be the long lane solo as opposed to the mid solo. I think Razor is going to be the mid solo. I'm not. I really don't like Scourge's lanes at all. Who is their tri-lane solo? Keeper of the Light, is he farming the tri-lane? Is Earthshaker farming the tri-lane? Either way, I think that's going to be very weak compared to the Scourge tri-lane, who is not going to be against the enemy tri-lane. The Scourge tri-lane, this Visage is going to probably get a quick mechanism, and the 2 stuns he has from the Ogre Magi and the Vengeful Spirit will no doubt be making Windrunner totally screwed over. Windrunner is probably going to be first blood, maybe not like right away, but I'd be very surprised if she was not the first blood sooner or later. And they even ward off the creep pull camp, even though Windrunner solo probably would not be doing too much creep pulling. But better safe than sorry. So we see this the Syllabear is going to be in the woods, and Syllabear as a jungler, I mean, certainly he can do it, but I do not think he is effective as other junglers. Oh, we see this Venge. She's eaten so many trees to get a bit closer because she only has 400 range, but they're really going to be harassing this Ilaria, and I better take it off 2 times speed, and actually I better pause it to introduce players. So, introducing LGD the Sentinel, we have 830 on the Ogre Magi, ZSMJ on the Nerubian, YYF on the Bat Rider, Steffi on the Vengeful Spirit, Chuan on the Visage, CX for the team SX, we have CX playing the Earthshaker, we have just Dot playing the Keeper of the Light, Lulu on the Windrunner, Hang Z on the Syllabear, and QLB on the Razor. Alright. So, Syllabear, as I was saying, I do not really like him in the woods. I mean, he can go into the woods, but his problem is, when he comes out of the woods, he is not too effective. When you put a hero in the woods, you want them to be able to do something when they come out of the woods. Like, you put a Enigma or an Enchantress in there, Enigma comes out of the woods, his stun helps pick up a kill, Enchantress will have some sort of a creep, typically the Troll with a net to help pick up a kill. When Syllabear comes out of the woods, he really can't get kills like other junglers can. He just sort of has to rely on the enemy being foolish enough to let him right-click them without any sort of disable. And In his lane, he has Keeper of the Light, who is no disable. The only disable he really has is the Earthshaker. So they're relying a lot on just the Fissure to be enough to shut down the Weaver. And just a Fissure and nothing else is really going to have a hard time killing a Weaver. They really need to sync it up with a Lucky Illuminate. And that's the only way they're going to be killing the Weaver. And in the meanwhile, Weaver is going to get just a little bit of farm using his invisibility move to zip forward and get a kill every now and then. While Windrunner's just having one heck of a hard time farming. She can use her power shot, but she has to always save enough mana for a Windrun. But really, I don't think a Windrun's going to be enough of escape. They can just chain stun kill her with the 3 nukes they have, probably. She does not have too much health. She opted for a Ring of Protection, which is not going to help her escape the chain stun. Maybe a bit more health would have been the better choice, I'm not certain. However, mid lane we see a Batrider laning against a Razor, and that's one of the things I did not like Scourge's lanes. I do not think Razor can take this Batrider. We see the Windrunner being killed, she's been stunned, she has a slow on her, and the nuke from the Visage is enough to pick her off. So no surprise there that poor Larry was the victim of the first blood. So as I was saying, I anticipate that Scourge will lose their middle lane, this Batrider will outlane this Razor. The Sentinel top lane, the tri-lane, is successfully enabling the Visage to farm up its mechanism, and after they exert a bit more lane control, perhaps after they push down this tower in just a few more minutes, they will begin ganking. And once they leave the tri-lane to go ganking, I think the game could heavily turn in their favor. That's when we will see the advantage of the tri-lane, not only winning that lane, but they will probably screw over mid lane and maybe even bottom lane. They will just start exerting very high dominance all over the map, I think. It's going to be the consequence of just losing this tri-lane so miserably. Or losing to this tri-lane. Meanwhile, the Syllabear he's just not going to contribute much. Oh, a pretty... So Weaver taking a bit too much damage from the Illuminate, and the Fissure goes off too. So, oh no, one more hit might... Okay, she uses her invisibility to dodge the hit, and meanwhile... So, Weaver almost dies, but in the meantime, Ilaria does die. I apologize for missing that, but you've seen it once, you've seen it again. If Ilaria stays in this lane, you will see it more and more and more. She simply cannot survive against these stuns. There is nothing she can do other than sit back and lose the lane. She really doesn't have any options. To be honest, I think she really needs some help. She needs a Syllabear to come or something, but there's not much Syllabear can do to help her. That's why I don't like this Syllabear. He is just such a passive do-nothing hero in this early game. I mean, best case, if the other team doesn't have any aggression, then sure, I guess just farming AFK, doing nothing in the woods for the first 5 minutes can be successful, but realistically, I do not think they can afford to have a hero contributing nothing the way this Syllabear is. Razor in danger of being ganked by the smoke. He backs off, looks like he's going to be okay. Ilaria gets off a power shot to do some damage to this Venge, who also took a few hits from the tower. And Ilaria hitting the Venge a few more times. She might get the kill off, actually. A power shot does about 120 damage. No, Venge pops her wand. She's going to be okay. Meanwhile, this Earthshaker is taking some damage. However, he teleports out of there. Now, the solo Weaver is actually winning against the tri-lane, more or less. So she's 1 against 3 if you count the Syllabear, who's really shouldn't count, but he really does because he's not doing anything else. She's doing very well. And that's like I was saying, I think it was a mistake for them not to first pick the Weaver. I think they're going to be regretting it. They first picked the Windrunner. I mean, just compare, I mean, they're in similar situations. They sent this Windrunner who they first picked to deal with the tri-lane, when they could have had the Weaver to deal with the tri-lane, and just look how much better the Weaver is in that situation. I think it was, I mean, I do like Windrunner, but I feel that compared to Weaver, she is not first pick worthy. When you can pick someone like Weaver who can just break a tri-lane and be very comfortable in the long lane, there is no reason to first pick the Windrunner instead. I'm surprised that we haven't seen Batrider get a kill off on Razor. Oh shit, I take that back, because he's level 6 and I think he's a double damager, and I'm not... Yep. I came here at the exact right instant. We see the double damage rune, Firefly getting killed. He even has the Ogre Magi and the Venge to back him up, but he does not need any help. He can get that unassisted. Oh, Oh, beautiful, the Keeper of the Light hit in the woods, which got a Fisher off. The Fisher Illuminate combo more than enough, but this Windrunner, the 3 Trialing heroes are all here. Stun 1, stun 2, Visage nuke, dead. That's gonna happen more and more. Now Visage is level 6. Now he has 2 more stuns. So now there are 4 stuns in this tri-lane. 4 stuns. This tower is not long to live. And no doubt after they push this tower, they will switch to either mid or bottom lane to push more towers. And then the huge advantage in tower gold will just be totally game breaking for their Weaver. And now this Razor in some trouble. Is he going to get stunned? Though, look, down he goes. And even this Earthshaker in some trouble, because if these things can stun, even just the right clicks, one more stun, and down he goes. And this is just absolute dominance. The Scourge, they are all over the place. They are unorganized. Now this Keeper of the Light game with an Illuminate, but he could easily die too if they catch him. His Illuminate is a miss. And Scourge is just backing off to heal up. Visage is probably going to get his mechanism very soon, and when he gets that, their staying power is just going to be so intense. I mean, right now they picked up some kills and are all at half health. When he finishes that off, they're going to be getting those kills, but still staying at full health, which is just going to be very difficult to deal with. Batrider, if he runs into Syllabear in the woods, Syllabear is dead. They must know Syllabear is in their woods. And does Syllabear know Batrider is coming for him? Syllabear, Syllabear, Syllabear. Syllabear, Syllabear. Over there, not for long. Going to die, going to cry. Oh no. So he has an Illuminate coming in from his Keeper of the Light ally, but that is not going to do a whole lot to save him as double damage is popped. There is an Entangle proc, but that is not going to do a thing. So that's more or less what the Syllabears contribute to this game. The Syllabears' contribution to this game is letting the Windrunner get owned, letting the Razor get owned middle, and then feeding a kill to the Batrider. Go Syllabear, you're the man. Or not. So Scourge is trying for a push on this middle tower, but if Sentinel shows up, even if 2 Sentinel heroes really show up, they can get pushed off. This Illuminate is... oh, just narrowly missing the Venge. But they're trying to harass this... oh, Batrider has a Blink Dagger, so he is very dangerous. And he has his 2 supports coming in from the top, really more than 2. This is like 5 supports once you count the bats. So, bat stuns are going off, the nuke picks off the Earthshaker, the Razor's being right-clicked to death combined with all the stuns, and Batrider really doesn't have to do much of anything, he gets away at very low health. And another kill going off, this Ezreal might even die, oh my goodness, he almost dies just to the nuke from Visage. So they are very low health, they still do not have that mechanism, I'm a bit disappointed, I thought they would have had it by now. He must be close to it. And oh, the Illuminate picks off Vengeful Spear, but really that is absolutely nothing. The hero kill count is 11 to 2, and even the tower count is going to become more and more lopsided. We see the Weaver is pushing while free farming bottom lane. They have 4 heroes middle lane who really are not doing too much while letting the Weaver farm bottom lane. They are in a bad position. I think that they were just outpicked and outlaned, and even no matter how, like, just the heroes and the lanes, this would have been a very difficult game for them. We see Batrider blinking in, initiating on this Razor, who is dead. We still have a lot of stuns left. The bats are going in for some stuns on the Earthshaker and the Windrunner, so great stuns. A multicast picks off the Windrunner. The Illuminate almost kills the Vengeful Spear, but does not. The Earthshaker Fisher is not going too much as he is going to die. Yep, down he goes. The Ogre Magi perhaps going to get a kill on this, the Syllabear, who is very vulnerable now that his allies have kicked the bucket. We see an Illuminate, good Illuminate. Oh, yes, the Illuminate picks off the Vengeful Spirit, so a multicast goes off on the Syllabear, which is going to be enough for the kill on the Syllabear. Some more Illuminates, so I guess their Keeper of the Light, his Illuminates are sort of enabling them to hang on in this battle, but they are still losing it quite handily. Even the power of Illuminate in this situation, which is a very strong situation for Illuminate, is not enough for them to take the advantage. And stuns from the behind on the Ezreal, just total baller move, I guess. These familiars are just total jerks. Zaj playing very well with his familiars. And Bat Rider farming some neutrals. Hey, why not, man? So the Visage coming around the side. He has his familiars. They can't even defend their tower with this Visage between the towers. They just have to back off, man. So perhaps Visage overextended himself a little bit. No, he has the mecha, so he has a lot of effective health the longer this drags on. The Weaver is just hanging in the back, took a bit of damage, but it's fine. We see these gargoyles not dying, they're invincible. This Razor at low health, the tower is still not being pushed. They probably should have right-clicked the tower down by now. I'm surprised that they haven't. But they're picking up hero kills behind the tower, so it is all good. Well, it's all good if you're the Scourge. LGD just absolutely owning SX. They're being outplayed hardcore. Not only outpicked, but outplayed. This Visage, his familiars, outplaying them handily. Combined with this Blink Dagger Bat Rider, this is just sort of, this is the exact sort of situation where you see Bat Rider and you're like, ugh, imba shit. His team gets ahead early and he is just too much for the enemy team to handle. And this, the mechanism being super effective, going in for a kill on the behind on this Keeper Light. There's fire all in the back here, cutting off the retreat. The Razor taking a lot of damage. Earthshaker gets off a decent Fisher. However, the nuke from Vise is almost picking off this Ilaria. The nuke from Batrider just missing her. Would have been enough to kill her. They're going in on this Earthshaker, very low health Earthshaker. A couple more right clicks. He gets away just barely. The Razor is not picking off anyone. The Vengeful Spirit, very low health. The Earthshaker actually does die to something from Yellow. I guess a stun, or no, I think it was Howl of Terror. Howl of Terror picked up a kill, believe it or not. Multicast on the Razor, combined with the nuke from the Batrider, picks him off, and this is so one-sided. A swap goes off on the Syllabear. He is being pulled back. He is just screwed. There are the Bats here to stun him, the Ogre here to stun him. So many stuns from the Sentinel team. We have the Ogre Magi stun, the Vengeful Spirit stun, the Batrider stuns. It is just too much, combined with the flames that the Batrider lays down in his lasso. Scourge is just, this is painful to watch. I am surprised they have not called out the GG call in disgrace. I admit it is a bit early, but the hero kill count is 20-3, and despite it only being 14 minutes into the game, they are just so far behind. Ogre Magi has a hood, interesting choice. He gets that into a pipe, and his team is just more imba. Throw a pipe onto this Sentinel team, and there is just nothing they can do. That will counter the Illuminates very handily. They will just be able to dominate even more so. We see the Weaver continuing free farm. She just does not have to do anything this game. Her team is winning without her. This is not going to be pretty for the enemy team. Whenever this Weaver, she has the hood, she has very high health. Very difficult to pick off this Weaver, even if they try to, which they are not. So we see Illuminate coming from the side. But since she has the, I'm surprised she didn't use her ultimate there just to heal herself up. I thought, actually, she had a ring of, okay, the ring of health went into the Hooded Defiance. I was just wondering where it went, because I was thinking it should be part of this Vanguard Vitality booster. So we see a Howl of Terror coming in, so much killing power, so much aggression from this Sentinel team. They have this, Visage just farming the top lane for the moment. Not only are they so much aggression, but their ability to just farm as well while being so aggressive, very high. And so, fantastic play, fantastic picking really from the Sentinel. Well, I'm not going to say so much that it's fantastic picking from the Sentinel, so much as fail picking from the Scourge. I think they really need to do better with their picks. Yeah, just all around pretty weak sauce. So we see this Razor perhaps. The Earthshaker has a Fisher to help him out, but this Ogre Magic comes in from the back, smacks him. We do have the Weaver here who is very good chasing. Good shackle shot. However, the Batrider has popped off a lasso on the Earthshaker, which is enough to kill him. They do have this Syllabear slowed from the Ogre Magi. An Ogre Magi stun going off. The nuke from the Vise that picks off the Earthshaker. The Keeper the Light in retreat. This Weaver perhaps going to pick him off. No, the Ogre Magi picks him off. Triple kill. Yeah, that is no GG call, because frankly that was not a GG. That was absolute ownage. And I think I'm kind of a sadistic person. I actually enjoy watching completely one-sided games every now and then. It was a complete face roll, and this is a best of three series. This game was so short that I think I have to cast the next game as well. And I hope that we see stronger picks from SX next game. They need to redeem themselves because that they played very poorly. Anyways, KWC over and out. I will be casting this game right now.